ShinRobjira.
Damn, yo, when I really think about it, I have more women on my shelves than I've ever had in my life. Huh. Bandai Ultra Hard to Remember series line Rena from Ultraman Tiga, let's get started. A very wise and beautiful man once said, "Everything is beautiful." Such a phrase absolutely applies to this here figure we're going to be talking about today. Because for its size, stand included, this little thing packs quite a punch of detail and paint. But before we get started, I just wanted to extend a hearty and loving thank you to Tiga Taro on Twitter. Thank you so freaking much for offering this up to me at a steal of a price. But now I need more! Anyway, let's get started. Bandai this go around with Rena Yanase over here opted for a little bit more of an anime style more than a kinda realistic style when it comes to her design. Likewise, though, the figure looks exactly like the M1 figure in terms of paint and detail. I mean, just look at them together. They're practically perfect. Sure, one white is brighter, one red is brighter, one gray is brighter, but who cares? Now, believe it or not, this little thing actually does a few things that the M1 figure does not. One of those obvious things being, Rena's got her blaster out. She's got the heat in the hand, and it looks fantastic. Again, this thing is small. Very, very small. Yet, the detailing and the paint on the detailing is fantastic. On both sides, homegirl got the finger on the trigger and she ready to cap a kaiju in the face. Another important detail I wanted to point out is the gut signia on her chest. It's perfect. There's even one on the top of her helmet over here, and it's just perfect. In fact, the detail on the helmet just about everywhere looks amazing. Perfect even. And when I say perfect, I mean pretty dang perfect. Look at that. Nuts! And when it comes to all the designs on the suit, this thing pretty much recaptures everything that was on the M1 figure. But another thing that this figure does differently is the capsules on the belt over here are actually painted different colors. Yes, the final two are gray, but we've got a gold or a yellow and a red one. Meanwhile, on the M1 figure, only the tops were painted. Here, the tops and the bottoms, for the most part, were painted. And of course, some of the doodads on the suit are a little bit more 3D this go around, i.e. these things. These are a little bit more smoothed out on the M1 figure. On the smaller figure here, they are much more pronounced. Speaking of much more pronounced, the little figure's got cheeks. Okay, I'm done. I also just wanted to point out the absolutely exquisite detailing on the holster over here. It's got its buttons, it's got its belts, and it looks like real freaking leather. Even the straps over here have the little belt buckles on them, and I am beyond impressed. And like the M1 Rena, this one also has shoelaces sculpted on it, but no perfect butterfly-looking bows. Truly, the detail on this thing is absolutely awesome. We've got reds, whites, and grays. We've got this ridiculous sense of detail. This little mini Rena figure is fantastic. But you know what? It gets better. How? Ball joint at the neck. Yes, a little figure like this actually has articulation. I'm genuinely surprised. I mean, I wasn't surprised when I got this thing out of the box because homegirl comes with the helmet off, and now, yeah, oh dear. The back of her head looks like a speaker that would only play music from Little Nightmares 2. But taking time to look at the inner parts of the helmet, you can see where her head fits into everything and where it all fits together. Yeah, the big thing with this little mini-series here is that there was 4 characters in it, but there was 2 variants. One without helmets and one with helmets. So anyway, beautiful paint, beautiful detail, a ball joint at the neck, and for all of those things to coexist on a figure this small, it's just friggin' fantastic. Now you might be asking, Rob, would you recommend this to me? And honestly, I'd say yeah. I thought these things were a lot rarer than they really are, but if you look on Mandarake and even on eBay, you're actually going to find these for affordable prices. You can even get both series in full on Mandarake for about $60. So, if these interest you, go get them. I can't buy them right now because Godzilla vs. Kong stuff and all this other stuff that's coming in that I also have to pay for. But for the most part, it was really nice that Bandai and Subaraya Productions were nice enough to pay attention to their female leads across their many different series. This is really cool that these things even exist. Again, this is not something that you really get with the Godzilla franchise too much. But I honestly would like to see this from the Godzilla franchise, be it in figures like this, or something like the M1 Rena. But knowing Toho and Bandai, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. And that's about it, everybody. It's a tiny figure with a lot of paint, a lot of detail, 1 point of articulation. I can't really stretch this video out any further, so let's cut back to my face, and we can end this short little video off, shall we? And that's it. Thank you, patrons. Check out social media links, merch link down below, extra accessible intros and outros so people stop clicking off so early on in the video. Bye.